And now we have reached one of the most interesting and important parts of this conference, which is the moment where we will receive input from a very special person as of the effect and how big is the effect and impact of Erasmus Mundus. Who else can better testify of the relevance and outstanding nature of the program than the alumni themselves, right? So it is with immense pleasure that I welcome on stage the impactful voice of Sristi Kc, who joined us in Brussels all the way from Nepal. And Sristi is an alumni of the Choreo Mundus Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Course in Dance Knowledge, Practice, and Heritage, amongst many other hats, the founder of Blind Rocks. Sristi, we cannot wait to hear from you how the Erasmus Mundus program has impacted your personal and professional career.
Where should I should turn this way, is it? This is it. Am I facing right? Am I facing right? Okay, thank you. So good morning, everyone. So I'm Sristi Kc from Nepal, also one of the voluntary committee member of Erasmus Nepal Association. Glad to be here. I was only 16 years old. The stage was set. The light was on. I was fully dressed and decorated. I was ready to perform my dance. The music started playing, but not even after a minute, I fell off the stage. I just did not see the edge, and I realized that I was becoming blind. I was born sighted, but I lost my sight at the age of 16 due to glaucoma. When I got blind, I was shocked. And the reason was not because of my blindness. It was the way people started to treat me. People had very low expectation and very clear idea on what I can do and cannot. I was studying in grade 11. One day when I went to my school, there was no one in the class. I waited. No one showed up. And later I found out that everyone had gone for a picnic, and no one even bothered to invite me. They simply thought that blind people do not have a social life. This was just an incident out of many. I wanted to continue my study. People said no. I wanted to travel around. People said you can't. I wanted to dance. They said not possible. You see, for people, to be blind is to live in darkness and sadness without hopes and dreams, which is not true. This all motivated me to start my own organization, Blind Rocks. We use art and adventure to empower blind and visually impaired people to rock in all spheres of life and to create a multiple choices of opportunities in life. If you come to Blind Rocks, what do you see? On one side, you see our blind rockers speaking confidently, engaged on various topics. They can be quite loud sometimes. On other side, you see our rockers dancing happily and crazily, teaching and teasing one another. They have started to perform on various stages. We go adventure like rock climbing, rafting, paragliding. We organize Mr. and Miss Blind Rockers International to empower them and also to change the perception towards blind. We make inclusive videos. Advocacy on inclusion and accessibility is our major goal. For past 10 years, actually today exactly marks the 11th year of Blind Rocks journey. You can wish us happy birthday later. So for past 10 years, we have been doing these activities both nationally and internationally, directly impacting the life of over 500 people, reaching to more than 10 countries. And for us to bring our organization this far, two institutions have played a very, very vital role. One is Kanthari International, which is located in Kerala, India, which equipped me with all the necessary leadership skills. And next is my Erasmus scholarship that gave me an opportunity to do my master's in Choreo Mundus, dance practice, knowledge, and heritage. I will tell you a secret. You know what? In the beginning, Erasmus felt like a scam to me. It was too good to be true. Traveling to different countries, earning international degrees, studying with international friends, and fully funded. When I got selected, my university told to me, "You are the first blind student for us. So, you have to teach us how to teach you." I was ready for the adventure. I even told to my family saying, "Hey, I'm heading to Europe to do my master's." They were a bit shocked. My mom said, "You'll be alone there, far away. Are you sure you will be able to manage everything on your own?" I had no idea, but I said, yeah. I went to the university. My first university was Norwegian University of Science and Technology in Norway. And I tell you, from day one, I felt very supported and welcome from my professors. They went above and beyond to help me. I was blind, but was studying very visual subject, dance practice, knowledge, and heritage. I, along with my professors, were constantly figuring out the solution to adapt to my needs in every module. I'll give you one example. We had this subject called lava notation, and my professor used Lego and clay to teach me. A person was hired, his name was Juan, who would describe me all the pictures and visuals that were shown in the class. He would also even read me all the books that were not accessible for me. And one day, I requested my professor that if I could use my small recorder to record some of the lectures in class. And you know what? The next day, a professional recording system was installed in our classroom just for me. It was such a luxury. By the way, I can't miss this. My professor, Gediminas, is right in front of me here, and I'm so proud and blessed that I have met him. So I would like to owe my respect to him. So everybody please give a big round to my professor. And yes. Thank you. Not only for my study, I had help for so many things. I had a person who would teach me to navigate around my way. I had a person who would, in the beginning, help me with the orientation in the kitchen. I had a person who would assist me to attend the social events. So many people. One day I even called my mother and said, "Mom, you told that I'm going to be alone, but I have so many people around." By the way, my program even edited a point in their website mentioning we highly encourage disabled students to apply. I guess I didn't trouble them that much. While I experienced inclusion from my professor, the story with my classmates were a bit different. My classmates saw inclusion as an act of charity. One day, when our professor asked us to choreograph a dance to perform in a children's festival, my classmates simply refused to teach me. I insisted. I need to be part of this team. They said, "No, you're not dancing with us." I asked why. They said, "You can step on children." What? Step on children? I insisted, "No, I need to be part of the team. Aren't we friends? Should we not work together?" They said, the fact that you need extra help compromises our friendship. Fine. I decided not to ask the help anymore. And again they said, see, she is too arrogant. She just wants to prove that she is independent. When I asked for help, it was a problem. When I didn't ask for help, it was also a problem. When I spoke, it was a problem. When I didn't speak, also, it was a problem. One day I even found out that some of my classmates had collectively sent a letter to the administration demanding the withdrawal of blind student. I was just a burden for them. As much as I had learned to speak up for myself and was fighting for my right, but I often had found myself alone inside the room crying. I don't completely blame my classmates. Maybe they never had an experience studying with disabled students, so their brutal reaction could be because of their ignorance. But I always wish, had my classmate attended workshop on inclusion and accessibility, I would not have been treated inappropriately. Had I known any disabled student in our Erasmus network, I didn't have to cry alone. Had the inclusion and accommodation been in place before the enrollment of disabled student, I would not have looked different. Erasmus is inclusive. Persons with disability can apply to any program, pursue their study as they want. However, to strengthen the inclusivity, I have a following proposal. Number 1, have persons with disability in a leadership role with decision-making consortium so that our perspective and needs are directly represented and addressed to foster more equitable and responsive educational environment. Number 2, have partnership with disability-related organization to provide orientation and proper guidance for any disabled applicants. Number 3, have assigned persons with disability as a point of contact so that any disabled student could comfortably reach out whenever they face challenging situation. And number 4, regardless of any faculty or department, whether they have disabled students or not, we need to have inclusion and accessibility related workshop. Workshop on inclusion and accessibility should be made mandatory. After all, inclusion is not just for persons with disability. Inclusion is for all. We need to generate more empathetic leaders and broaden our cross-cultural understanding. Being a person with disability and have been advocating for inclusion actively for almost a decade, and also someone having an experience of Erasmus, I am ready to provide the training on inclusion and accessibility and also be that contact person for persons with disability. Yes, I am ready, and if you are, you know where to find me. Inclusion is not a facility, but a right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sristi, for those amazing words, inspirational story. Great round of applause indeed. Sristi, you are indeed an example of being a pioneer and a breaking barriers for your community. So for that, we thank you for being here, for traveling all the way from Nepal.